investigation of drug or substance abuse death. And here there are some features where an UG student should remember. And as any investigation or any where you have been asked to write autopsy findings relating to any of these, and the format is first and foremost the salient features of it, followed by the examination at the scene of crime, followed by in autopsy, external and internal findings, followed by what are the viscera to be collected, and if there have been any medical legal importance of points or aspects you remember, and it can be stated at last. This should be the standard format. And investigation of drug abuse deaths or substance abuse death scheme, and first and foremost is examination of the cloth of the deceased. And here, wherein any packets of it or any hidden packets or hidden segments of the garment may contain any of the substances, either in packed form or it can be even stained in those areas. So here again, the clothes worn by the deceased as well as the clothes that are near to the dead or the deceased should be examined for so. And even any of the material could have been spilled on the cloth or would have been stained, and those part of it to be recovered. And secondly, towards body orifices. And here, all drug abuses or substance abuses, we need to look for 3 body orifices. And here, it first and foremost will be of the external nasal portion, followed by the oral cavity, and followed by any. In case of a female, it could be of an intravaginal or in both of the sexes anal orifices to be examined. And here either a partially digested or partially metabolized drug can be made out, or otherwise any agent that have been stooped under will be remnant of it after the absorption may be found. So we need to look for, and if those are present, and it should be recovered. And point number 3, any needles, syringe, tourniquets may be found in place of on the death scene. Any new needles or already in a used needle, followed by any syringe either partially empty or completely empty, and those we need to look for. And followed by any tourniquet. Tourniquet is a device, either it could be of any of the material of a thread, or otherwise a handkerchief may be also used as a tourniquet. And here the usage of tourniquet is to tighten the proximal position, wherein after tying this tourniquet, there will be enough prominence of the peripheral vascular vessels by which a needle can be inserted by the man himself, and he can inject the substance. And other things like it could be of even a broken needle in a part of a body, as well as other trashes or otherwise dustbin need to be looked after, and if there have been any remnant that have been used in, and we can able to recover those from the scene of crime. And followed by photographs of the scene as mandatory for all cases. And here again, in case of drug abuse also, the photographs of the scene is also crucial. And some form of any cyclic posters or any drug abusers photos of which may stimulate them to do so may be seen on the scene of crime. And point number 6, tubes of plastic glue, plastic bags. If in a case of bagging or woofing or any other, there may be any agent may be seen in, and solvents, toluene, and we need to look for. As suggested, external and internal. Most on the body part of an individual, wherein we can able to make out multiple injection prick marks, most preferably on the flexor aspect or the accessible body area, wherein individual, especially the cubital fossa, may miss multiple injection prick mark and previous old scars of it, or if there have been any infection relating to that, so that we need to examine the extremities first, and especially the cubital fossa. And all these drug abuses will have a common thing is there will be an exaggerated, or there will be multiple tattoo marks, and these tattoo marks are made to hide those hidden scars, hidden needle marks or needle tracks, or to mask the scars of it. So if there have been multiple tattoo marks on that particular body part and accessible IV areas, we need to look for any injection or needle marks we need to make out. And in external examination, extreme emaciated, deceased or thin built, and signs of neglect in form of nutrition as well as the personal hygiene, and multiple scars, tattoos, and multiple shabby clothing would be the external findings, and followed by at external orifices, especially nose and mouth, where we can make out any frothy discharge, especially white in color. And again, it is non-specific. Even we have other conditions which produce froth at mouth and nostril. And thirdly, towards fingers. Fingers may be stained with any of the drugs, and wherein if it has been stained, we need to collect the remnant part either by brushing the part of the body or otherwise applying a cellophane tape, and we can transport the same, cut the remaining part of a cellophane tape, and it can be transported to a clean envelope for detection of the substance. Burns over lower lips, either due to chronic smoking or a crack pipes, are more commonly seen, and here we can able to make out some old as well as fresh injuries on parts of lower lip especially. And again, IV needle marks, prick marks, and the word is mainliners, and unusual distribution of tattoos. Underneath, we can able to make IV needle prick marks, and depressed circular scars, ulcers, especially when an individual opt for skin poppers, we can able to make out. Turkey skin, a hard skin or blackish carbon of materials wherein a carbon material may be distributed on the body surfaces, and those with on a chronic usage it may be hardened enough. That's the term turkey skin. And followed by nasal septum perforations, especially if an individual has been a chronic addict of cocaine or heroin, wherein if they chronically sniff the substance, wherein perforation of nasal septum can occur in. And especially within a heroin users, we can able to make out higher incidence of abscesses, and even when there have been multiple injection prick marks, we can able to on dissection we can able to make out any perivenous hemorrhagic tracts along the vasculature. This is how it looks like: shabby, self-neglect, chronic uses, and extensive usage. There is no any proper antiseptic measures that have been carried out, so transmission of infections are more likely. And if there have been a higher incidence of sharing needles, wherein higher infections and in form of blisters, erosions, and infections over the body part can be made out, and adjacent lymph nodes will be enlarged. And the other thing you need to remember is there is a possibility of sharing of needles with the other users, so there is more chances of these individuals being either HIV positive or hepatitis or any form of hepatitis to be positive, so wherein it is on a high risk autopsy. And if you come across this word high risk autopsy, then the next word you need to remember is universal precautions should be adopted. It means that the doctor should wear a double glove while doing a dissection, a protective goggles, protective aprons should be worn, and if it found to be neither of the infections, wherein other persons who handle and other expertise who handle this viscera should be reported. Universal precaution and high risk autopsy is the words are applicable to this sort of uh, cases of drug abusers. And other thing you need to remember is, if you are sure with it is a clear cut case of drug abuse, and other way of dissecting organs in situ should be adopted, wherein we don't to minimize the chances of cuts on the autopsy surgeon, where in situ dissections can also be carried out. And to make a perfect explanation towards turkey skin, it is nothing but an punctate areas of black discoloration, sooty tattooing caused by deposition of carbonaceous material along the track of the needle, and the tattooing is called as turkey skin, and it almost resembles like a puckered bird. And on examination, wherein GI tract may contain pills or capsules, on microscopic sections under polarized light examination, we can able to make out any optically active substances like starch, cellulose may be adherent to the gastric mucosa, and even dyes from the capsules can also be detected. And here on opening GI tract, wherein we will get some sort of an unusual peculiar odor, and if a cannabis been used, then you get a burning rope odor, and other characteristic odors of these substances may be even detected. And in cases of microscopic examination of any foreign material, example fragment of cloth, talc, or cotton may be identifiable on the tract of injection marks. And here again, the injection site as well as the adjacent or just a soft tissue beneath the injection site to be subjected for histology and other examinations, wherein on histology we can able to make out some fiber necrosis, replacement fibrosis, and infiltration by both polymorphs and lymphocytes can be made out. And especially these findings may be non-specific even in some cases, and but in anatomical findings, wherein we can able to make a triad of things like edema on lungs, especially edema, bronchopneumonia, and with the features of aspiration, gastritis could be the triad of lung findings in case of drug abusers. And when it comes to lung, on external appearance were usually congested edematous with occasional and focal hemorrhagic spots may be seen. Liver may be enlarged and shows evidences of cirrhosis and other. And when you come to other organs, especially lung, kidney, and peritoneal cavity, will show features of effusions, and splenomegaly and portal edema lymph nodes will show features of hyperplasia with giant cell markings. And almost all lymph nodes that are draining the concerned body part will be enlarged, and it will show features of granulation. And coming to the viscera part or the analysis, here routine viscera, and here the word routine viscera, it means content of GI, content of intestine along with liver, spleen, and kidneys, half of both kidneys plus blood, and these of routine viscera. And coming to some special viscera that are more concerned towards drug abuser is of any nasal secretions, dry swabs from nasal part, dry swabs from oral region, and as well as bile, and lungs, the suspected foci areas, or even if you suspect any other inhaled and toxic agents, then part of lung can be resected and it can be subjected for further examination. And if in case blood, the ideal site of collection of blood in case of drug abuse is towards peripheral sites, preferably femoral vein has been preferably used for collection of blood. And the preservative we need to add is sodium chloride, and it should be refrigerated immediately at the temperature of 4 degrees Celsius, and followed by the suspected toxicological agents can be analyzed. And coming to other peculiar or special viscera we need to collect this is the injection site, the skin, along with the layers of muscle with subcutaneous tissue to be collected, and a vein and injection site within a control from the opposite area also to be sent. And these are the probable causes of death of drug abusers. First, it will be of infection, septicemia, endocarditis, hepatitis, tetanus, pulmonary and cerebral abscesses, AIDS and its complications, and here it is of sharing of needles with others and other, and features of hepatitis, increased tendency of suicide, any form of unnatural deaths also possible, and accidentally individual can be even electrocuted, drowning, head injury, and here individual is not that stable and is not consciously oriented, so he may sustain multiple head injuries on and off. And drowning is about to take a bath in a bathtub, or if he is about to enter in a water stream, then he is under influence and he can't cope up with the stream of water, so drowning is also possible, followed by aspiration of food and vomitus, wherein patient won't the digestible food, and the vomitus can also enter the respiratory pathway, and it can even result in aspiration pneumonitis, and if it has been in larger quantity, then it can result in death of a drug abuser. Regarding this presentation, kindly make a note and we can discuss in the class lecture. Thank you.